at Rügen Lake in northern Sweden, and tonight I'm going to cook a mushroom risotto with some home-picked funnel chanterelles, and I'm going to do a quick pickle radish as well to go on top. So I've brought this out with me, which is my pickling liquid. It hasn't got any water in it now, so it's equal parts sugar, vinegar and water, but that's already pre-mixed, so we're going to heat that up in here. Our radishes can just go in here.
And what do you have in the cup?
In the cup here is pirate water, Don Papa rum, keeping us warm in the winter.
Vet du vad det är?
Yes!
Oh,
yes! I'm just going to add some water to our pickling liquid. So just let that boil up. So our pickling liquid's boiling now. Just going to pour that over top of our radishes. There we go. And they can get right here for now.
Fill it up.
Yep, that's enough. So we're gonna prep our vegetables. So we've got 2 onions, and then we're gonna use just a couple of garlic cloves. These are just in some oil so they stay fresh. Nobody wants to be peeling garlic when you're outside in the cold. Oil from our garlics in the pan. And then we're gonna throw in our chopped up onions, and we just want to sweat them off until they go a bit translucent, but we don't want to get any colour on the onions. Water's just boiled, and we're just going to rehydrate some of our mushrooms in the water. So I've got a mixture of some porcini on the bottom, set mushrooms, and then some funnel chanterelle on the top, which were picked and dried by a friend. Get them in there. So we're just going to leave those for a few minutes to rehydrate. It'll be one of the last things that we mix in. So we're just going to move this over here onto one of these multi-fuel burners, because this is not pumping out quite enough heat for us to cook on. So this is just warming up right now. I'm not too far off being able to use it. So I'm going to throw in the garlic now as well, seeing as the onions have been sweating off for a little while. So I'm just going to fry up some of these more portobello style mushrooms to add on top afterwards. I'm just going to leave them in the pan for a while so they get a nice bit of colour on them. You want to make sure you cook mushrooms for a long time. They have so much water in them, as you can see. They're quite frozen. The onions and garlic have softened off quite a bit, so we're going to quickly add our rice before anything starts burning in the bottom, and we just want to toast off our rice for a little bit. And, now that our mushrooms have been rehydrating for a bit, we're just going to take some of the liquid from in there as well. Start cooking off. We want to make sure you don't put all the liquid in, because the little bits of dirt and everything from the mushrooms will be left down in the bottom. So we won't pour the whole thing in. I'm just going to add the rest of the mushrooms in now that have been rehydrating. and a bit of the liquid as well. Try not to get any of the stuff from the bottom. Oh, so many mushrooms in there. Cook this off maybe for about 15 minutes or so until the rice has a little bit of a bite still left to it. I'm just gonna, as it absorbs the water, keep adding more hot water to it as well.
With the food, yeah.
Yeah.
Those mushrooms start to look nice now.
Yeah.
Risotto is in need of hot water.
Yeah.
I'm just adding in a little bit of sage into the risotto as it cooks, and I might add, don't need too much because it's quite strong sage. I'll add a little bit onto these guys as well, seeing as we're there. The rice now is soft, just with a little bit of a bite to it, like al dente kind of style. The mushrooms have been cooking down for a while now as well. I've lost a lot of that water out of them. Really nice umami flavour. And then we're going to add tons and tons of Parmesan, because who doesn't like Parmesan? Frozen Parmesan cheese.
Can it be too much cheese?
There can never be too much cheese. I've heard theories before, but I don't believe them. This is our pickled radish. Get a little bit of crunch, a little bit of acid, and a bit of colour on top as well. There we go. Mushroom risotto with a couple of different types of wild mushrooms and our quick pickle radishes on top. Give it a taste. So good.